shit at the
He
pot.
steps up his head.
Niggas be broke and be sober, but still talking shit like
And
they
he
got it.
fumbles the football at the
They say
end
that
of
they got it. Time money, these niggas gon' say that they got it.
Oh my God.
Then
He's
now when they get it, success and these niggas gon' blame it on talent. They don't wanna see you win. They don't wanna see the race. You don't wanna see a bitch caught up in the stars like she out of space. Mention that they kinda at the mention and I'm running out of space.
Yo, here we are back with episode 15 of the City of Brotherly Love Sportscast. As you guys can see, we got our first guest on this week, Shane Gray, Heart of Philly, Gray's Designs. He's going to give you a little background of what the little things that he's going to do and how he decided to start his company. Remember, before we get started, don't forget, like and subscribe for us on YouTube. Follow him. All his stuff will be included in our bios today. So follow him, upload his shit, get at him for what you want. And super pumped, bro. We're super pumped to have you on this week. Good friend of ours. So getting ready, trying to collab together, dude. We can do some good shit. So I know Blake had wanted to ask the first question. Just give you a little background type questions.
Yeah, so what's good, my guy? Already. So as you know, he runs Heart of Philly. So I don't even know this. I've been friends with him forever. What made you want to start Heart of Philly? Or, how'd you get into wanting to make shirts and design them?
It's a funny question. I want to tell you too before this. Brandon, you know Brandon, right? Little Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
He just messaged me yesterday. I called him, doing an interview about some paper, but I was just telling him exactly everything I'm going to tell you now. But one day, I don't know if I was in class or detention, one of either or, and I was just drawing, just off the dome, just on a piece of loose leaf. It took me like 5 minutes. And I just that's pretty dope. So when I got home, did it all up, kept on adding shit onto it and all that stuff. And then I went to a house party. And shout out to this girl, Bridget. But she came up to me, saw the photo. It's like, why don't you put that on a T-shirt? So I was like, okay. So I got a couple, posted on Instagram. You can go on my Instagram and see it. On my Instagram. And then people started commenting, liking it. I got a lot of people at high school saying they fucked with it. So I was like, all right. So I got a bunch of people's names down, got 40 shirts, sold them. And then I kept on doing the same thing over and over again. I got different colors. And then next thing I just started branching out, getting all their things and stuck with it. But
Okay,
just
that's
one girl
interesting.
saying, put it on a shirt.
I never knew that, honestly. That's cool, bro.
Yeah, stupid, but got me going.
Man, that's dope.
Always something. Something.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
like-
little
I
stupid
like-
drawing in class. Took off.
I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I still
That's
have
dope.
the drawing. It's stupid. I should show you, but gotta look
Dope
for
as
it.
shit though, because that's what I'm saying. Even if without you even knowing, that some random girl came up and you obviously it wasn't random to you, but coming up and saying that would look good on a shirt, and
Yeah.
then just goes on from there. That's fucking sick.
Yep.
Got to start somewhere, so that's how you hit
Yep.
it. But I guess the next question could be kind of, I know we've been eating Blake, we're wearing these ones. We got our symbol on the back, just something simple like that. And then I know you're wearing a hat just like mine, and then you're one of your custom ones. And I guess you could explain a little about what do you got coming out soon? What do you want people out there to see, or if you even want to show anybody what they got coming?
Well, right now I got 2 Philly shirts coming out. One with a Liberty Bell and one with kind of like the Fanatic. I got a display. Go on YouTube. If you're not watching on YouTube, go look at it with this, but it's going to be in blue. And then I got the Liberty Bell one coming out. But I got Sixers, Flyers, Eagles, all that stuff I got to touch up on. But I'm trying to get the whole sports theme out again. But trying.
Yeah, that'll be sick. That's what I'm saying. That's what, if we can just biggest thing, us, if we can collab and try and fucking make something where it expresses both your guys and something with us, then that shit could blow up for real on both ends.
Yeah, I mean, we know sports is the big hit, but do you have any future ideas? Maybe not. It's gonna be hard to Philly related. I know you try to keep it to the brand, Philadelphia theme. So do you have any ideas for the future, or are you just rocking with the sports right now and doing every sports design and or what? I mean, because I know you got crazy design on the side, but what else?
Well, the sports is the money. That's where the money's at. Everybody likes to buy the shirts. I have a couple other shirts. I have the Rocky shirt. I have the Love Park shirt that are separate from stuff I got. I do cancer shirts all the time for cancer. And then, but right now I'm doing all the sports because all the sports teams are playing. So I'm going to keep on doing with the sports. But sports are playing all year round. So, but I try to space them out. But I'm just going to do, since the seasons are going right now, I'm doing that. But in the future, I'm trying to do sweatpants, like when it's closer to winter time next winter, obviously. Do you want to do sweatpants? Another thing of hoodies, get hats maybe for during the summertime. No backs. I got bracelets. I'm trying to get everything.
For sure. Yeah, it's like you kind of just got to go with the flow.
Yeah, you just got to keep it all going, keep it all coming, build that clientele up still. You know what I mean? You got your usuals. You get some new people too. Definitely some new people, I feel like, from here, hopefully. I mean, how much time do you spend drawing stuff up? I know some days you'll snap me. You'll be there right after. Another day when you were working.
Starting something, erasing shit.
You had everything done specifically for Friday on Thursday. So Friday, he had an easy-ass work day. So he went, picked up his iPad. I know you were sketching that day.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't feel comfortable answering because the fact that the way I draw things, you guys will be like looking at me like, why am I paying all that for him when he took like 2 minutes to even do it? Because all day, all I do, what I do? I drive. So I just drive all day and just think. So when I get home, I just go. So everything just goes. I don't just sit there at a blank piece of paper and just think. Sometimes when I do, but usually I'm just driving and thinking of stuff, and I'll just jot it down real quick, like what I want. And then when I get home, I just hit it. So it takes me about 5 minutes max, 10.
Yeah.
It depends on how much detail I really want to put into it.
Yeah. And like with that, building off that, I guess, like, well, what motivates you,
What, to put out a shirt?
Just to do this. Like, you got your own you technically got your own business. Everybody starts somewhere. You might not have like your own shop, we'll say, but you still make these shirts, you still make the designs, you put them out, you sell them, you know what I mean? So like, what motivates you? What's your drive to do this? Like, is it genuinely your passion? Do you love it? Like,
you took the words right out of my mouth. I just love doing it. And I love going out and just seeing like you guys either wear my shirt or my hoodie like you're doing now. I just love seeing that. I love anything that people do for me. Like Brandon wrote a paper on me at his college. Like, I love that. I'm getting it framed and everything. Like, anything that has to do with me just motivates me more to do it and keep on doing it. I just love doing it.
I would say, just saw it the other day. It was like, was it like the 2-year anniversary of it or something? Jer got you tatted on him.
The tattoo, yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's crazy.
Shit, bro, let's blow up. I'll get that shit tattooed on me. It's crazy that a
girl told me at a house party to put it on a T-shirt, and some dude's getting it tattooed on his ribs. 2 years later, after I started doing shirts, like, it's mind blowing.
That shit's sick.
I just love the support that people have been giving me. But like you said, episode 1, I don't constantly put out shirts, like wrap it, because I take my time doing the shirts, even though it takes me like 5 minutes. I'm gonna make sure this shirt's gonna be a good shirt that everybody's gonna wear. I'm not gonna be like just random shirts and not people like them. I want to make sure everybody likes them.
But that proves that you just have that natural talent and like artistic ability, just based off the fact that you can, like, that's what you need. Like, you can sit there all day and think about it. You're not actually writing anything down, but then you can go home and be like, boom, and drop that shit right away. And the shit looks good. Like, it's not like the shit ever looks bad. Like, it always looks fire as hell. So like, there's never like a time with, like, you have to have that ability. Like, obviously there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, I could do that. Like, I could draw that up. That's easy. No, like, you have to have the ability and actually, and like the time, the wanting, the passion to sit down and draw shit, especially like you're saying outside of Philly. Cause like, you don't have much, like there's only 4 main teams. Like, there's not much. They're trying to think of ideas to be different compared to the 50 major companies within Philadelphia that are trying to do the same thing. Like, that takes a lot, and you have to know what you want to do.
It's a competitive business, shirt making. sometimes it can be real good money. Other times, there's slow season. I feel like we know that. I feel like he always usually does pretty good. But Eric's dad, he's I don't know what he is now, but you'll see him at he'll set up tents at flea markets and
At
stuff like
Rice's,
that.
yeah.
He did the Rice's. I forget what the one up here is called, but when I moved up here, we went over to Newtown and saw him right at Newtown. Bought a couple of shirts too. It was right.
Mhm.
I think it was like our first or second year in playoffs, and they just made the new Sixers logo. But so how what would you say why should people go with you over others? Of course, I think, hey, to people on here, get out there, support your local businessman, support a guy and grew up with, or support a guy you should want to get to know. And this is a small business, get you out there, you know what I mean? So what is it? What would your message be to the people? What do you think, or why should they go with you?
That's a great question. I really don't know what to say. The person that I'm kind of competing with, but they don't really know him. They just burn down, you know what I'm talking about. But I just think my thing's a little different than what people do. A lot of people just do plain simple shit. I like to contribute everything that has to do with a sports team and everything. Like this for Sheridan's instance, she wanted an Irish theme. So I put the beer glass with the Philly mug as the handle and everything. I try to contribute everything into one shirt. So I feel like my stuff is a little different than other stuff. Some people just drop something simple and then just add a splat or something, or just something in the background.
I was just about to say you ain't splatting paint on a shirt, and everybody's like, "Yo,
just,
that's fire!"
Yeah, he drops the same exact stuff.
He does, and he literally does.
We're talking about art history. I don't give a fuck. We're talking about art history.
Oh, okay.
Art history,
they make some good shirts. They make some
my Embiid hoodie.
Yeah.
That's fire. Squally got me that for Christmas.
He makes
I
some
love
good
that
stuff,
hoodie.
but he just adds splats to the background. But I just feel like my stuff's a little different.
No,
so
yeah,
I feel like
sure.
I feel like that would be a good reason to buy my stuff. Like I said, I'm not that big, so it's like.
But
right.
You can get
this
there.
is it. We're gonna get you there. You're gonna get there. Everything takes time. There's people who have businesses and they don't blow up for 10 years. There's people who've done these podcasts and then they finally get that one episode and it just gets them out there. Like Joe Rogan Experience, that's been around for a while, but that man specifically started to blow up the past couple of years. It's been more than the past couple of years, but he just took off. He got more knowledgeable, gets these crazy people on. And I know that was kind of a tough question to put you on the spot. But you are different. I know it's hard to answer that sometimes, but you do different stuff. You mix stuff up, you add it all into one. I think some of the best stuff around. That's just my opinion. Not just hyping my boy up. I'm always going to support him, but that's what I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real.
I try to do it like you said with episode 1. I don't drop constantly because I take my time on the shirts, but it is just me. I don't have any people working for me. I do everything by myself. I'll ask everybody their opinions and stuff, but in the end of the day, it's what I'm going to do is what I want to do. So it's just all me, my time, my money, and all that stuff. So once I drop a shirt, it's all right, what's next? And I got to think of all that stuff, or is that shirt going to sell? I got to make money off of it. I got to do that. I got to do that. I got to make it made and all that stuff. But it's just me. I have people helping me do all their stuff, but nothing designing and everything. That's all me.
Well, that's the goals here. Hopefully we can work together and get to the point where it's not just you. You know what I mean?
You got more followers than us. We might have different people. Different people
you guys
though.
Just started out. I'm running on close to 5 years with this spring.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys got time to go.
Well, you just sent me we Snapchat, but a Snap rant, you saying how you're going to be hitting up, I guess festivals or whatever, probably a festival. Let's just call it a festival. Maybe it's at a convention center or wherever you set your own stand up, your own products.
Yeah.
So I guess this leads to my question, what are your plans for expansion? That's one. You're on some social media platforms. I don't think you're on all.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and that's basically it. But for branching out, I'm doing I'm honestly going to look into craft shows like your boy Eric's dad does. getting into that. I was going to drop Phillies, Flyers, Sixers, all 4 of them at once. But like I said, it's just me. That's going to be like a lot of money right off the jump.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I just settled it back and just do Phillies because the Phillies are going to be starting up soon. So I just decided just to do Phillies. But like this is not really a big deal. But I got that little card thing that like people can pay on a debit card.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dude,
I
it's
think
something.
that's a step up for me. But
That is a step
that
up
ain't really
because
a
then
step
you
up to
can
you, but
because then you can just go and like go like even when you
like,
come.
anybody
I
can
mean,
pay
you
you
might.
no matter what.
I was about to say. I mean, I can Venmo you. You can Venmo them. You can give them cash. Usually I Venmo you, but hey, if I ever wanted to, that would be handy for me because I don't keep cash on me a lot. I specifically either pull it out, whether it's a
Millennials
haircut,
don't.
it's a haircut, or buying a shirt. That's the only time I've ever take out cash, or if we go to the bar sometimes because I don't like to use my card. But it's about it.
That's really it, that dude. I don't carry cash either, but that's
It's a bad
everybody.
habit. It's
That's
a bad
us. That's
habit.
everybody now, though.
It's a bad habit. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really a good expansion for me, even though it's something little, but it's expansion for me.
Dude, it's something little because even if you're at those markets and stuff, and then you're handing out the people because people are going to see the shirts. I've never heard of you ever,
Yeah.
and they're going to be like, "Damn, that shit's fire." So then all you do is you hand them, you give them a shirt, and then you also give them like a card that has all your social media things on there.
I also got this thing on the keychain. It's like a business card. It's
Mhm.
a little circle. All you do is put it up to the phone and it pops up and it has my Facebook, Instagram, Venmo, everything that I have. It pops up on their phone instantly.
That's dope.
So it's like a business card. I don't even have to print them out.
Yeah, it's sick as fuck. So that's all people have to do is scan that shit.
Yup.
That's fire. That's fire as fuck.
So that's expansions for me.
Yeah, for real.
Other than now, I'm trying. Future's too far, like I said. It's just me, so I'm just taking it one shirt at a time. If you read my bio, it says taking Philly over one shirt at a time.
Absolutely. But like to branch off of what Blake said earlier, and I know like art history and Kolb Designs down in Bridesburg, like
They're the ones that make my shirts.
they
Shout out to them.
they go sometimes they'll like they go outside of sports a little bit and they'll go with like the theme of what's going on right now. You know what I mean? So like the biggest things like the Back to Blue shirts and stuff, like love those. Like I have a shirt, I have a sweatshirt from them, everything. Like they dropped that perfectly because I was going with like what was going on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like I know he asked you before what you're looking for in the future. Like is that I know he asked like do you want to just stay with sports, but like would you be like open to kind of branching out of sports as well, but and also trying to like I think it'd be more of like a when you get bigger type thing, but like doing that type of shit too. Like if something outside happens outside of the sports world where you're like, damn, like that shirt could blow up.
Well, when the pandemic happened and everything, like I did drop a Sixers, Flyer. I mean, not Sixers. What the hell am I talking about? There's firefighters and cop shirt. I did that. But like what you're talking about, like people are having it right off of that. I'm by myself, so I can't
exactly
make shirts like how they do it. Like the Clearwater shirt, that shit's fire. Like Clearwater across the chest with Bryce Harper, that thing's nice. I can't make that right off of it and sell it like how fast they do it. Like Blake messaged me the one day when Trump said bad things happened in Philly. He said, make that shirt. I said, I can't make that. Like,
and then the next day,
the Kolb that designed, everybody had it out there. I don't have the product, like stuff to make all that.
Another thing is too, like, I was about to say, eventually, like, I know you got somewhat of your own machine, and it's like a process for you to make your own shirts. So you might do it here and there compared to where there you can just put an order in and bang, they got your order, and maybe it takes 2 weeks, but you design everything still, you do everything. They just literally print the shirt. That's all they do. So he'll get to that level where he's doing it on his own. But like I've talked to you about it before. Eventually you gotta, especially if you ever buy a shop or you get big enough. Let's say you get 2,000 followers. You know what I mean? Or 1,000. 1,000 is a goal right now, or 750. But you get up there, and eventually you get a couple grand, and you open up a little shop, whether it's in Fox Chase or wherever. You put it in a popular spot, it's a hot spot, and then like the Clearwater shirt is a great idea, but everybody does it. Same with the bad things that happen in Philly. Like you're gonna make money off of it, but it's like I can go to any corner right now and a guy has a Clearwater shirt. You know what I mean? Like, so
it's like being different, but also copying at the same time.
Like I saw somebody, they actually flipped the Clearwater shirt. Kid I grew up with. I don't know if he works down in Kolb or where he works, but because he lives in Bridesburg, he was doing Clearwater shirts, it would blue with red. And I was like, that's fire. I was like, I like that more than the red personally.
I don't think that was them or not.
It's cool.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was them. I was like, but I know the kid lives in Brownsburg, so I was thinking, you know what, maybe because that's where Kolb is.
Yeah.
Like Kolb has like I mean, Fox Chase might not have a following like that. I don't know. Like Brownsburg is kind of like a cult. Like everybody if you live down there. Like I grew up there. Like I know all my block. I knew people off my block. I knew everybody around my area. Knew people on the other side of Brownsburg. And they all buy the shirt. You see them. I don't know what they look like nowadays, but he would make a ton. And they're like born and raised Brownsburg. Those shirts are fire. I never bought one, but I want one just because I'm from there. I want to get one eventually. They're amazing. I love those shirts.
Yeah, it's just fire. Like if you did something like, because like our history's in Mayfair, right?
Yeah, Frankfurt and Common.
Yeah,
he doesn't even, and he doesn't even do anything for like Mayfair or the neighborhoods. At least that
like
I know.
If you were up in the Northeast somewhere, like even if
yeah,
it was
I
like,
think he had one shirt and it was just like the street signs. That was it.
so if you were like Morel or Chalfont, like up in here, like I don't really know anything crazy up here of someone that's trying to like run this shit. You know what I mean? And up here,
they make everything. They make it for all the schools, everything. If you want to get, they go there. They got everything.
Yeah, for real. So
they don't really have a lot of sports stuff though, but they got basically everything. So.
I guess unless Blake has any other crazy questions, I'll just have one more. Like, what do you want to do with us? Like, what is your dream collab, like that you want, like as a group, for us to kind of try and put out there? You know what I mean?
New logo.
A new logo?
Obviously. New logo. I think the cartoons could be different jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I need to get myself in like a Claude Giroux sweater or something.
Yeah, I want to be in my Harper.
I think the main logo, I think that one's solid, but you guys can switch it up if you guys want to switch it up. But I feel like the cartoon one definitely need new jerseys.
It's just so fire because Dill with the headband and like making whatever face, and then I got like a beer, like throwing up like deuces, and then have like the Japanese straw hat, which I absolutely love.
Yeah, we could still do something like that. We'll just like we'll take pictures with like a white background or something and just do something funny and shit.
It was just dope. And
it was crazy because those pictures that we didn't like you snagged them off our Instagram. Like,
like we didn't.
It was the only 2 pictures you guys had by yourselves, basically.
Which is fire though. Like that shit was crazy. Like you just snagged that shit and made a fire. Like
I just hit you up. Are you guys go with 2 Sixers jerseys? You're like, yeah, do it. I was like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because Blake had Sophia on all theirs. You had a couple people, but you had a lot more single ones than Blake.
Yeah. Yeah, I went through a fuckboy phase where I was posting solo photos. But drop your fucking what's all your ats on fucking social so everybody can, whoever's listening can look that shit up.
Instagram is at Heart of Philly. Facebook is at Heart of Philly 14, I think. But I think you just type in Heart of Philly, everything will pop up.
Yeah, okay. Come on.
We'll drop everything in the bio. In the bios in here and on Instagram and stuff.
Follow him and everybody who does listen to this, YouTube, Spotify. If you download it just from Buzzsprout if you get to that link, or if you're on Apple Podcasts following us, the new shirt for the Phillies that's coming out is absolutely heat. Ooh. You're going to want it, and you ain't going to want to miss it. It's going to be first come, first serve. So if you are interested, text me or Dill or message him yourself because he's gonna make a bunch. Well, it's going to be first come, first serve. Money's going to be going, and he has his regulars who just buy them no matter what. So you better be on it because I love this shirt. I absolutely love it. I love
shit's going to be
not even going to say what it is.
You talking about the Liberty Bell one?
No, you already said it. Yeah, the Liberty Bell. You did actually talk. Talk about it, but the Liberty Bell one, yeah. Nah, not the Fanatic because you got the red Fanatic. I get what you did there because that was a popular shirt. I wore that one a lot. I still do, but the Liberty Bell, complete fire. I love it. Love the Liberty Bell.
I just want to run off of what you said. Yeah, like they run quick, so you got to get them when you get them. Like I hold as much as I can for people, especially with people outside of my. Like people that I don't know, I try to hold as much as I can. But when they come, they go. Because I only get like 50 or more shirts. Because that's a lot of money to put out just by myself. Like I said, I'm just running it by myself. So when they come, they come. So, and I try to keep it like a limited edition kind of type, except for the Phillies one. Like I'm doing that a different color, but I'm trying to keep it a limited edition. Like once you get it, you get it. You can't go back. I'm trying to get new designs every time. But I would just want to type something up about the Grays designs too. You guys shouted me out last week about it. That's just a separate thing than Heart of Philly. It's just basically if you want a logo that, like I did both your logos, I want to do anybody that wants a logo made, T-shirt made, anything, like you hit me up, I can design it for you, and that's it. Like it's not Heart of Philly at all. It's all Grays designs. I'm trying to do that too.
Sick. So one's going to be like Heart of Philly clothes and shit. One's going to be separate. Like, you need this done, I got you.
Yeah, the others like graphic design and pretty much like you're like, hey,
like, I'm not
hit
gonna
me
get
up.
the shirts made for you, but like I can tell you where you can get your shirts made. Like
Yeah.
I'm just basically just designing what you want, and then you can go off. I can help you out, tell you where to go, but I'm not physically going to be making your shirt. And you pay me to do it, I can do that, but I'm going to take some money off of it.
Yeah, like
well,
Blake said, just like a graphic designer type side of it.
You should get money. You should get money thrown at you regardless if someone's gonna come to you and approach you about design, and you're gonna be cheaper.
I'm going to charge. But
and I was about to say you're gonna be.
If you wanted me to make your
moose.
shirt, I ain't doing that.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
For sure, and we're definitely goals to get you to the point where you're not just ordering 50 shirts. Like,
yeah,
a limited quantity is 200 shirts. You know what I mean? Like,
like if the money ends up being worth it to put it out, and you have all these buyers and people and they're commenting on Instagram, messaging you, it's gonna be so worth it to be like, hey, I'm doubling 100, or hey, I'm going up to 75. That's crazy because I'm usually at 50, but now I'm 25 plus more shirts. Yeah, that's an extra, X amount of dollars. But then you get to 100, and you're like, holy shit, look at me.
Yeah,
and
like the Eagle
random.
shirt, that Eagle shirt. I didn't think it was going to be that nice. Like, I thought it was nice, but I didn't think it was going to go that fast. They sold out in 4 hours.
He's about the swoop
50
one?
shirts in 4 hours. Yeah, the Eagles one that you have.
That's my favorite.
It's 4 hours. I was like, what the hell? Like, I had people message me for, like, weeks. I want to share. I'm like, I don't have any. I sold them out in 4 hours. It sucked. But, like, it was awesome. But other than that, it is what it is.
It's fire. Yeah, so hit him up or hit us up. Let us know if you need his information. Or even like ideas, like if y'all got ideas, I'm sure Shane's completely open to anything. Because if like you said on that Gray's design graphic, hey, got an idea, throw it at him. He'll fucking put something together, and he'll work with you to make some shit pop. And then we're super excited. I know Blake is super excited, so we can get some shit made for us on this side, and fucking we'll blow up together.
Yeah, we're trying to get bigger. This is our first guest, also. I mean, the episode ain't over. But first guess, how to do it right, how to get our guy. I mean, if we get some clout, not just off this episode, but eventually even more, bring you back on again and put him back out there again. There will be a part 2 for both show.
For sure.
Sounds good. I appreciate you guys for letting me be the first. I was a little nervous, not gonna lie, but
and it was different. Like I feel like people love sports, but like if people like are out there, just kind of let us branch off, and we got to talk about your sports shirts, but we got to talk about, hey, look, this man is cool because we can talk about sports, but we can just talk about the regular business side, and cool to like put someone like you out there. So
exactly,
you're still talking about Philly too, so
exactly,
yeah, exactly. We're city of brotherly. We're city of brotherly love Sportscast, but we're city of brotherly love.
Exactly.
Big facts.
So.
Yep. So I mean, unless you got anything else to say, brother, you can bounce out or stick around, whatever you want.
All right, I'm good. Peace out.
Peace out,
Later,
bro.
big dog.
All right, guys. Like I said, like hit him up, bro. And like we were talking about before, like this ain't just, we're not gonna keep this, like obviously we're gonna keep it sports. Like with Shane coming on, it's gonna be that's different from some of the other guests that we're gonna have, because the other guests we're gonna bring on are gonna be like certain topics. Like I think like a good guest that we got coming is gonna be like Squaw. Like that dude, he's gonna be on us talk Sixers with us for like 30 fucking minutes. Like bringing Shane on, we were super pumped to use this as an episode to kind of get him out there. I know we don't have a huge following, but get him out there and then get the flow going. Like you guys see what he has, and let us know now what you guys want us to put out. You know what I mean? Like, you guys want us to put sweatshirts out, sweatpants, shirts, but then also work with him. And like, we're trying to do this together, trying to blow up together, because it's hard in these businesses, man. So I don't know how much actual sports we're going to get into this week, but that was our biggest thing this week was to really get him out there, get him on here, and get the guests flowing. And I think he had to be the first one.
Yeah, I agree totally.
So, did you want to? I know the Flyers, Sixers both took
Let's
bad
just-
L's yesterday, but
Let's go. Well, no, Sixers took a kind of. It was more like a great effort, but let's just get into the Flyers because I'm done with this team. I'm not done. I'm never done. I'm never checked out. But my expectations for this season are specifically lowered after last night. I still think they roll 4 lines deep, and they could be a scary team if they get it together. But they ain't getting it together anytime soon. You know, you texted me the other day. It's like 36 games in 67 days, and I'm not trying to use the COVID excuse because every team barely had a training camp, barely had this, and some teams did deal with COVID, but not to the degree we have. Like off 2 weeks, randomly stopping the season, cramming games in together now.
yeah,
Like we're not even practicing. We do morning walkthroughs, but the team's not going to practice because they need to save their legs for each and every game. So that's what makes it hard. Like I'm trying to tell people, like I'm not trying to make excuses because there really isn't an excuse. Because if you're a good team, they were good last year. They should be able to just correct these things on their own. And clearly, we thought it was just like missing Matt Niskanen, but it's a glaring issue with this team right now. It's just they're not playing hard. The forward back check's lazy, and the defense is really bad. And goaltending at points hasn't been that good either. But their confidence is clearly shook from how bad the defense is in front of them. So I mean,
and yesterday showed that from both goalies.
God, I didn't, like I said, I always usually, not against the Sixers, love them. I always usually choose Flyers over Sixers, just being a bigger Flyers fan.
Mm-hmm.
But last night, I specifically was looking forward to the Bucks Sixers. So that's what I chose to watch. I called 2 minutes of the Flyers, and that was at the end of the first. And I was like, all right, like whatever, maybe I'll turn it back on. And I didn't even bother once I saw the score. I had people texting me. They're like, I bet you're so mad. I'm like, you know what? I'm not. It's like, I'm not even watching it, so I can't get mad. I'm just looking at the score going, what the fuck is going on? And my only real thing is I'm on board with the Flyers. I'm here to the end, watching every game, probably watch some tonight. Might not catch all of it. They play the Islanders, one of the hottest teams in hockey, a 3-game series. And all I got to say about it is if you want to get some of the fans back on board and, you know, sports stations really talking about you in a good way, you got to take 2 out of 3. And I think you even got to take 3 out of 3, which isn't going to happen. But 2 out of 3, is it doable with this team right now? No. But if you want people to really be bought in again and hype, and it's sad because there's a lot of hockey left, but it's a 5-way race, and the Rangers are creeping up. They've been good. They spanked Boston. They
spanked us.
They put their fist in us last night and just said. So, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. It sucks, but whatever you want to say, I'm good. Like, I'm not even giving them a rant because the rant isn't even worth it. Like, usually, like a 9-0 loss, you would rant or a blowout, but I just don't even want to. I don't want to give them my energy, and I'm just standing my ground this week. This team, I was absolutely disgusted, and that was an absolute dog shite performance, and that's all I got to say about it. I'm not saying any more.
Mm-hmm.
No more.
So, and like my side, like I know we talk, like I text, like because my knowledge is getting better and better by the week just by talking to you each week and each day pretty much about it, like on game days and stuff. And like now that lost 5 out of 7, like definitely one of the worst teams in the league the last 2-3 weeks easily. Yesterday was embarrassing, you know, getting fisted. But like you said, we talked about it, I think 2 days ago, or it might have been yesterday, but I don't know. I was hammered, so I might not remember. But it's a 5-way race, almost a 6-team race now. And you go 0-3 this week against the Islanders. You're probably falling to the 6th seed, and you're not going to catch up.
You're going to have a shot.
You're not going to catch up. And those top 4 teams, the Bruins, Islanders, Pens, and Bruins, Islanders, Pens, and Capitals, they're getting better, if anything. So
the Bruins slumped a little bit. That was it.
Yeah.
Nobody else has slumped yet. I don't know if anybody else will slump. The Isles hit their slump early in the season. Mm-hmm. The Bruins are hitting their slump now. And I guess if you want to say we're hitting a slump, we're hitting a slump. But we've played like maybe 3 to 4 complete games all year or so. Still got wins, which is crazy because they were winning ugly games earlier. Now these games aren't even ugly. I don't even know. Can't even hold a lead. Can't even
It's
sit
just
on a
weird
lead.
to me, like how we were talking about. I talk about like how my biggest thing is like the shooting, now getting out, like beginning of the season, we were getting outshot every game and winning games.
Yeah.
Now we're finally taking over games and we're out shooting and getting
Stupid turnovers,
spanked.
man. Costly
Turnovers are bad.
turnovers. It's like not even like just a turnover. It's like a horrible turnover. And like, I don't even know, dude.
Like trying to clear the
But
line or something and it goes 2 feet in front of them or some shit like that. Like that shit happens
yeah,
often.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's weird. But yeah, we're not going to go too deep into that. Obviously, we know they need to sign a vet defender. I don't even think signing one right now even changes anything. If no one, they're not even going to play with Hart for the first
They need
2 periods. It takes the third period. It seamless like recently for them to try hard and try to their best ability. But I think more than just a defender right now. I think each one of them need to look themselves in the mirror and realize that it's just brutal outside of like JVR.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll go right into it. I know we don't want to talk much Flyers, so then we'll talk Sixers. Last night it wasn't a spanking. Playing on coming back, and now they were playing on a back-to-back without Joel Embiid. My biggest thing with the game was how you were up by, I think, 21 at some point, and Ben Simmons held down Giannis to 6 points in the first half, and the dude ends up with 32. 4 points in the first half, and then the dude ends up with 32. So they just let him bounce back. I know there was the like biggest thing, like at the end of the game, Giannis ended up sitting on half fucking right in the middle of the court on our symbol, in overtime. So I'm not mad about the game because like you did without Joel, you took him to overtime. You had to win. You should have won the game, but
we beat this team easy.
Yeah.
In the playoffs. And I don't care what anybody says. Quote me on that. Easy money. Easy money. Giannis he'll never beat a man and win. And last night, I'll let him shoot that 3 in overtime wide open. He might have hit that one. He ain't hitting that again. And
he missed 10 of them before that.
His little he like came up to the hoop. He put a little move on, nothing crazy. And it was like on Ben and then like just kind of hit like a little shot. And that was like what sealed the deal pretty much. But he was having his way after the first. I think the team was just tired. Like you could see Toby's tired. He was average last night. He still had right around 20. His shooting wasn't the best, but it was like an average night for a shooter in the league. Usually he's way more efficient, and then Ben, he did a lot of good defensively, and I'm not critiquing him. But the scoring got to be there in a game like that for him. You gotta. He was like 3 for 14 at one point, and I don't know what he finished the game with because he ended up getting more points. Had a triple double, but
had a triple double, yeah.
He definitely played a hand, and because they still could have won, but I'm not losing sleep over it. Because if we have Embiid, we win, and no doubt. But I think Shake played bad too. But 90% of the team played good. Dwight absolutely brought it. My man is sitting here saying he wants to stunner Giannis, so I can't wait till we play him again. I love him. Tony Bradley, I don't know what he really did. I forget. Like I watched the game, but I didn't because I was cooking, watching. So I was like, and I saw OT. OT was pretty bad, but Seth got hurt. Bad news, sprained ankle.
Hoping that's not too bad.
But even when we were up like 19, the dude's like wasting possessions. He's just coming up and shooting the ball like he's his brother. Like, come on, dude. Like, I want him to be confident when he's shooting, but there's a lot of looks he passes up. But last night, like you're shooting it with 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Come on, bro. Come on.
Agreed.
From like and from like Mars. He's not just like at the 3 line. He's doing it from like Mars. Like, come on, bro. Like,
and especially when you're playing without Joel, like you need to take those possessions slowly and create an open shot. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason like you're not at the time where you can go down the court, drop the ball off to Joel, and he's dunking on somebody in 8 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that. Like, you have to create space
and right before tip off, the Bucks actually added PJ Tucker, and he doesn't. I don't know what PJ Tucker does for them. I guess just more depth. a
That
hard
too.
piece, a vet. He's been in the playoffs multiple times with the Rockets. Obviously, those hardened teams. But really, he doesn't do much. Like if he was on like the Nets or
It's nothing that's like the Blake Griffin signing.
Like if he was like, well, Blake Griffin does help the Nets a lot, but like because I think he's not great anymore, but he gives you a little bit of scoring, and I think he gives you better defense. But PJ Tucker would have been the same, and I think he did the same here, and he stretches. But for there, I don't see I'm not saying he doesn't fit. It's just I don't know what he does for them necessarily, and I don't care about giving up a first, and I probably would for him, but at the same time I wouldn't. But I don't hold our value for first picks as too high standards as much as other people. This
No,
isn't the
because it's a late
NFL.
first.
This isn't the NFL. This isn't the NHL. I don't even know about the MLB because they have like 50 rounds, so I don't think it really matters. But in general, so I mean, it was a good loss. So there's a lot of tough losses, and that was a good moral loss. We were on like a 6 or 7 game win streak.
Yeah,
playing real. We were due for a loss, and I was hoping we pulled that out. And I was just excited watching it. Like, look at my chops, like a healthy Embiid against this team, and Giannis. You ain't averaging 32 for a series if Embiid's in the paint with Ben.
No.
Embiid's gonna be there blocking your shit. So I'm not worried about it.
And then you have dudes like Furkan starting to blow up and just playing with confidence. Dude,
they still need
confidence right now.
Yeah, I still hope
that's all I ask
for
from the bench guys.
Yeah. I hope Morey isn't like content with the bench and how they've been playing lately, because I think we still need the moves.
Yeah, I agree. So it's kind of like depending on Morey and Doc decide. Like hopefully, like you said, hopefully they're not okay with that just being that, because once again it'll be just like last season, like a Ben injury without any backup is give or take finals or first round knockout. You know what I mean?
I was going to do more research about like options to exploit for backup ball handlers. I didn't do much. Like I talked to Squad, like we mentioned his name because we talk about Lowry a lot, and we should mix it up, talk about other guys and other options that are potentially out there. And we probably make a move because the deadline's coming up. So it'll probably be done before our next episode, but or maybe it won't, but either way, I'll try to do some research just in case, and maybe even post some stuff. But like we said, Eachwan more before take him. We said like George Hill. Like I think he would be great. I don't really know who else. Like Lonzo, they say he keeps saying he's available, but there's no way we're going to get Lonzo. I don't see it. And he's been hooping.
Yeah, I know.
You see how many threes he has more than other people, and he's shooting at a good rate, bro. He's been hooping this year.
That's what you can tell he's been working on his threes for sure.
Man, I love him. That's my guy. Been my guy. So
yeah, I am.
No way we get him, but I think he would help this team tremendously because he plays a great defense, great ball mover, and has the perimeter shot. Doesn't mean we need him. Or maybe Morey, I said last night, maybe I feel like Morey's just so quiet right now. Maybe he goes out and somehow splashes for Buddy Hield, but doesn't ruin the team chemistry.
Yeah.
Maybe he says like, screw it, like, hey,
got to make a move. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not really in the boat of trading Danny Green, but at that point, if it's for like a Buddy Hield, yeah, like you trade Danny Green, get the expiring contract off. You probably get rid of Mike Scott, and you probably trade Maxine a couple of firsts, and you get Buddy Hield.
I'm fine.
I do it. Nobody beating us. Our starters would have 80 to 100 between them alone, probably. It'd probably be like 75 to 100 realistically, but because Embiid's giving you 30, Toby's giving you 20, Ben gives you at least 15 now, and Buddy on any given night can go off for 30 himself. Yeah, he can hit 8 threes a game. Not always, but
absolutely. So I'm about it, dude. Like I said, trade deadline's coming up. Trade deadline's in 10 days, I think.
Yeah, I think next week.
So I'm gotta do something. I'm hoping because.
And we need a backup stretch still, so we'll see.
I think he does something, but like you said, it could be quiet and come out of nowhere. But I think team-wise, I think Flyers and Sixers was what we really just wanted to cover this week. Instead of I don't have a hot take this week, I have more of I was just going to shout out Drew Brees. after 20 years in the league, 5 with the Chargers and 15 with the Saints, won Super Bowl. Congrats on his retirement. And now he's going to be an analyst with NBC. Much as we despise the fucking Saints, you can't downplay how fucking good he was, and top
Yeah, he was
5
a
in
man.
almost every quarterback stat all time. So
never really had a lot of good defenses either. So says a lot. I mean, he had a little, like I tell people all the time, because people always talk, like look back at our run, and even in Philly sports media, they go, oh, like the interception. I think it was like Neal on Atlanta. He should have had it. It dropped. It popped out and like went off his knee. And Torrey Smith called it. If that dude catches that, game's over. Probably we never have a Super Bowl. But there's always a little bit of luck in every postseason run, whether it's the Super Bowl or one of the games before. Like Drew Brees in that Super Bowl, Hank Basket bobbles offsides kick or onside kick or whatever, and bang, Saints get the ball. And then I mean, it's not really luck, but the pick 6 painting through. So I mean, every team, they get a little bit of help everywhere. It doesn't matter who it is. And Breeze was the man, though. Great dude, great competitor, great all-field leader. Love him to death. He should have just retired last year when his own teammates were blasting him for him giving his take on the stance of want to stand for the national anthem and saying that he'll never kneel. So I mean, I'm not going to get into that. Obviously, we're not going to get into that. But love the guy. I don't really have a take this week at all. Just our boy Shane, great friend, great person.
Yep.
Known him forever. Grew up with him. Get on that. Get on those shirts. If you don't follow his page already, go follow it and try to help bro out. Put him out there. Put him on your friends list because it's shirts. Like not everybody likes sports. So like when we put it out there, the people who follow us, some of them are good friends and people trying to help us. But you know what I mean. So.
Yep, completely agree. Right. Hit him up. I'll put all his ads in the bio below. In the bios on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I'll throw that shit in there. Just throw a follow, man. Same thing with us. Just throw them subs, those likes, anything for both us and Shane, dude, helps out big time because we love the support. And hey, we're working like how it's getting 17 subscribers in the last 2 weeks on YouTube. Like it seems small, but it's something. You know what I mean? So we appreciate you guys listening each week. This is episode 15. And we're getting there. Appreciate everything. We out.